Hi everyone. So today I've come up with a strange yet I think it's a very significant topic because I see a lot of women who are divided about whether they should be doing their housework or they should just be focused on their career. I have come across a lot of people who frown on the fact that a normal person, like any average person in the society who has a normal job, goes to office and would come back and do their chores, or would do their chores and go to office, vice versa. As we are evolving, I see a lot of things that were going well and fine, which were not talked about, which aren't, which don't really need to be addressed at a very deep level. They need to be addressed at a personal level, and that's fine. But there's this whole uh, cult of people who think that, doing household chores is demeaning, just focusing on your career and thriving and you know doing the whatever the hell you want, though it sometimes crosses the boundaries of the society, is the new burden, which I think is utterly stupid. I and the irony is that the people who are divided among this are usually women. Okay, so I'm keeping the men aside over here. They, I think, over the past 3 or 4 decades, they have come to an understanding that the work should be shared, right? And I'm not saying that everyone's taking responsibilities and doing them, but at the same time, a lot of them have, started doing it without having the guilt of what other people are gonna think, and which is a good progress I see. But when it comes to women, I see that they usually tend to demean someone who does any kind of household chores. I know people who take a lot of classes, who go to university, who go to offices, and yet they manage to do everything. They can choose to do it with the help of their partner, they can choose not to do it with the help of their partner. It's completely their choice. But the feminazi culture says that you should ideally not be doing it. So, and this is very common. Another point over here is that this is very common in South Asian countries these days, as we've become more aware about women empowerment. And I think we've somewhere got it wrong that not taking care of your house is not women empowerment. That comes with just being human. You live in a house, and live in a you like to live in a clean space, you like to be organized. And but somewhere a lot of women take pride in the fact that they do not want to do it. They would either hire a maid. A lot of them, in major cities where the house help or the maids are very expensive, they would ask their mums or their mother-in-laws to do it, which again is not a very feasible option, but they think that it is a feasible option as opposed to them doing it. So, my point here is that if you are going to an office space, let's say, and you are sitting over there and working all day, I'm sure there is someone who's cleaning the office space, who's making sure that the floor is clean, the washrooms are clean, the desk is clean, and the monitors are wiped up clean. So there are people, right? The garbage is picked up. There are people who are doing that even in the same office that you're going every day and working, and from which you return back home and you decide that no, I'm not going to do anything. Just to clarify here, my video is not for someone who pays a house help well enough that she can sustain her lifestyle, but I think countries like ours have not reached a point where the government has decided a minimum wage, where countries where the government have decided a minimum wage for every individual of every category. People are not having house helps. It's not that easy to keep them. You can ask your friends, your colleagues who've moved abroad, either to study or for job or after marriage. You can ask them how their how they run their lives, how they run their. The other point is that it's very easy to say that, oh, I do not like to do this, I do not like to do that. But when it comes down to a place where you're left with no choice, where the house help who is supposed to come to your house starts charging a similar salary that you are earning from your office, then you yourself will be like, oh, leave it, I'm gonna do it. It makes at least no sense to me how anyone could leave their house or their kitchen to the mercy of a you know maid or a house help, because they are going to be very professional and they are going to do what is just required. There's a lot of cognitive thinking involved in what kind of food you want to eat, and how you want to keep your house, and what things you need and what things you need to throw out, things like that. It requires some kind of time and patience and skill, and it's not an easy job. It's not a job that needs to be looked down upon, and neither does it need to be glorified. It's just an essential job. It's as good as you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you drive to work, you know you think things that are essential to you. It's as good as you're changing your clothes every day. So you have to be looking out for your house and your family, like that. A lot of people even ask, oh, do you cook? Can you cook and all of that? I think it's an essential skill. Humans are the only animals who cook, and with that comes the fact that you have to do the dishes and all of that. For their surprise, humans are also the only animals who wear clothes, so we also have to wash our clothes. I really don't understand this hype with not doing what just the essential things that we need to do. And it's not among the very rich people, it's among normal people. So what do the people that pretend gain by asking these questions? Do they not do they not eat? Do they not or if they eat, do they eat on the same used soiled plates? Do they not wash their clothes? Request here, especially in this video, is exclusively for women. If you have a friend or a colleague and or anybody who just happily does it, who casually does it, she definitely gets tired of it some days, but there are days she does it happily. Then you really don't need to judge them, you don't need to label them, you don't need to tell them that, oh, they're one strong powerful woman. No, they're not. Everyone's just doing what they need to do, everyone's just doing it to the best of their ability, and we don't need to judge, we don't need to label. Enough of the feminist and the non-feminist tags and all of that. I think let's just be women who are happy for each other and who are okay with other women doing their own work while you are doing your own. Thank you.